or whoever. Okay, welcome. So seated in Virasana, knees bent. Our ankles are kind of hugging into the block, but not really much energy. Just find a comfortable seat, sitting on your blocks. And start to close your eyes if that's comfortable, or bring a soft gaze ahead of you. Start to invite a long breath in as you find some length in your spine, and a long breath out as you feel your seat rooted into whatever you're sitting on. And then let's just do that 2 more times. A long deep breath in, inviting some space through the spine, lengthening the crown of the head up. And on your exhale, softening maybe your jaw, your shoulders. And then take a couple of breaths in and out. See if you can close your mouth and breathe comfortably through both nostrils. And this would be a time where if you've got some congestion, because we're going to work on alternate nostril breath this morning, you might want to blow your nose if you don't feel like your nostrils are as open as they could be. So just notice the breath as it enters into both nostrils and exits. Inviting this awareness to the breath and to the body. Letting everything else kind of fade off into, not focusing, out of focus. The focus is on the breath, how you feel the breath in your body, and the cadence of the breath. And then begin to open your eyes and bring whichever hand is dominant up in front of you. Make a peace sign and then bring your fingers together and place those fingers right at the third eye, so that space between your eyebrows. And then your thumb and your ring finger will alternately close off one nostril. So close off that left nostril. Take a long breath in through the right. Close the right. Open the left. Exhale left. Exhale completely. Then we'll inhale left. Close left. Exhale right. And that's it. Inhaling right to the top. Opening left, exhale left. Inhale left. Close off the left, exhale right. And now do that a few times just on your own, at your own pace. Keeping your mouth closed. Not rushing it, just allowing the natural rhythm of the breath. Maybe you add a slight pause at the top of your inhale each time, and a complete exhale out. One more time. Cycle it through both sides. And then release your hands. Let's take a long breath in through both nostrils. Open your mouth, let it go. And just notice how you feel. So that, we didn't do that for very long, but that's a nice breath practice if you're feeling really scattered and maybe stressed or worried. I don't know if you feel it, but this helps to calm the nervous system a little bit. So with that, we'll take it onto our mat. So take your blocks with you. And I'll start some music. Come into all fours if you would. And take your blocks with you. We'll use these blocks at the start underneath our hands, right? So take the blocks on their flat end and place them right around where your hands would be. Place those hands on the blocks. I like the heel of the hand right at the edge of the block. Take a breath in through your nose, both nostrils, let your belly fall into cow. Exhale, round your spine. Push the ground away, cat. One more time. Inhale, lift your heart, cow. Exhale, round your spine for cat. And now come into your neutral spine. You might have to walk your knees back a little bit. Come into an extended child pose. So wherever you need to be with those blocks underneath your hands, with your arms extended fully out in front. Press down with the palms of your hands and all 10 fingers. As you invite some space all the way into that spine, send the hips back. Look down, lengthen through the crown of your head even. One more breath in. Exhale it out. Give yourself that nice length through the spine, pushing forward with the arms, lengthening the sit bones back. And then come up onto your knees, not moving the hands, tuck your toes, and lift up into downward facing dog, hands on blocks. So if you need to bring the heel of your hands towards the edges of the blocks, you can do that. But notice here, feet hip distance apart, push into the blocks, send your sit bones up and back. Notice if maybe your heels are a little closer to the earth, but not forcing them. Keep a little bend in the knees in this first down dog. Hug those upper arms in. Send the sit bones back. Breathe into it. Firm the front of the thighs and invite some space in the back of the thighs. And then bring your feet together. Inhale that right leg, reach it up and back, square your hips. Push that right heel back, draw the left heel down. Breath in. Exhale, knee to chest. Push those blocks into the ground, ground your spine. One more time, inhale, reach up and back. Even bigger. Exhale, knee to chest. And now bring your foot between those blocks. Take your blocks maybe on the high end or the half high end. Bring that back knee down. So going back and forth with some hip openers and hamstring openers. So hands on the blocks, inhale, lift your heart. So your blocks are framing your front foot. Exhale, you'll drape your body as you lengthen that front leg. So find that length through the arms. Same idea with the back with that first child pose we did. Inhale, back into your bent knee lunge. Let those hips come forward, let the heart lift. Exhale, round your spine. Drape your body over your thigh, lengthen that front leg. And one more time, inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, lengthen the leg. Come back into your bent knee lunge. Place those blocks back down on the flat side. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Step back to plank and downward facing dog. 2 breaths. With your next inhale, lift that left leg up. Reach it up and back. 3-legged dog. Get right with this. Exhale, knee to chest. Round the spine like a cat. Inhale, reach up and back. Even bigger, brighter. Exhale, round the spine. And bring your foot between your hands. You might find it a little easier to step a little more forward when the hands are higher, right? Take your blocks on either the halfway or the all the way high height. Lower that back knee down. Inhale, lift your heart, open the chest. Exhale, drape your body over that front leg. Inhale, lift the heart. Let those hips come forward. Exhale, round the spine, lengthen the front leg. Draw the toes back. One more time. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, round the spine. Soften the back of the knee. Draw the toes back. Drape your body over that front leg. Whew. And come back into your bent knee lunge. Curl up the back toes, lift the back knee. Now place your blocks off to the side of the mat. Get them off to the sides. Step back to plank without the blocks. Nice. Firm those thighs. Shift forward. Draw your shoulders back. Hug your elbows in. Maybe you use your knees on this first one. Come all the way down to your mat. Inhale, lift your heart. Little baby cobra. And then peel it down. 2 more times. Inhale, lift up, draw the shoulder blades back. Press the tops of the feet down. Exhale, slink it back down. This last one, maybe you bring it to up dog. Start from the feet, press the tops of the feet down. Hover those kneecaps off the ground. Firm those inner thighs up. Lengthen the arms, lift the heart, up dog. 3, beautiful. 2, and flip over those toes. Big exhale, downward facing dog. Begin to notice the rhythm of your breath. Begin to engage those upper arms. And as we start to move into today's practice, really be mindful of what you need. If you need to take knees down sometimes or take a child pose sometimes, go for it, right? It's not about the physical practice. It's about the breath and the movement and the mindfulness. That's what yoga is all about, not about getting into some great poses, right? With your next inhale, lift that right leg up. Now this time, bend your knee and open the hip. Push into both arms equally. Open, 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 breathe in. Exhale, knee to the elbow, outside of the right elbow. Hold it there. Inhale, sweep it back up. Open up into sunbird. Draw that left heel down. Exhale, this time let's step to lizard. Keep that back knee lifted. You can always drop it and take a twist. Right arm up. Open up, push the ground away. Now hold it here. Can you draw the right knee off on that diagonal like you've got a laser beam on the front of that kneecap and you're reaching that laser beam forward. At the same time, reach that left heel back. Firm that back heel. Open up any amount more to your twist. Maybe spin and open. Exhale, place the hand. And now your foot's right there. You're in your plank pose, pretty much. Just lift the right foot off the ground. It's right up on that right tricep. Ooh, step back to plank. Good hug forward, chaturanga, or to the floor. Or you meet back and down facing dog. Inhale up. Exhale. Down. Just 2 breaths here. Send those sit bones back. Bring as much weight back in towards your hips and legs as you can. Press down into your index finger round. Feet step together. Inhale your left leg up, bend the left knee and open up that hip. Find just what is right for you. Inhale. Exhale. Kiss that left elbow to the left knee to the left elbow. And sweep it back up. Open up, maybe a little bigger. Exhale and step to lizard. If your wrists are bugging you, maybe come on fingertips here, right? Take a twist, left arm lifts. And again, find that imaginary laser beam on that left knee. Draw the left knee forward as you firm the right thigh and reach that right foot back. Open up maybe a little more. Find just what's right, what's enough. Right? Just what's enough. Pivot back around. Good. Draw that little belly in. Lift the left foot off the ground. Place that left knee on the left tricep. 3, 2. Shoot it back to plank. Shift forward, knees or toes. Halfway down or all the way down. Chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart. Up dog. Back to down dog. Bend the knees. Look to the hands and walk or hop to the top of the mat. Now bring your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Let's come into a flat back here. Hands on your shins. Lengthen your spine, breathe in. And on your exhale, drape your body down. So bend your knees so much that your torso, your belly is resting on those inner thighs. Right? Drop your head. Let your navy hands grab a hold of opposite elbow and press down into the whole feet. The front part of the foot, the inner arch, the outer arch, the heel, the toes. Feel that base and truly let your torso fold over your legs. Let that spine like decompress and drop in here. Drop your head. And then release the hands. Push down into those feet, roll up. Let the back stay decompressed all the way up. Engage your belly. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And now we'll go into a few flows of Surya Namaskar 3, right? So it starts with the chair. Take a long breath in. We'll hold it here for a moment. Bring those hips back. Bring the weight back into the heels. Breathe in. And on your exhale, fingertips to the mat. Right leg steps back. Back knee down, sweep the arms up. Let the hips come forward, open the heart, inhale. Exhale, step back to downward facing dog. With your breath, inhale, plank. Exhale through low. Inhale up. Exhale back. Just 2 breaths here. So non-judging, just allowing this to feel like it's enough. Whatever it is, this is enough. I don't need to get any more perfect with my down dogs, just feel it. Enough is if you feel it, you're connected with your breath and your movement. Inhale that right leg up. Good, knee to chest. Step your foot between your hands, back knee down, sweep the arms up. Take a back bend, maybe interlace those fingers, open up, inhale, circle those arms around, fingertips to the top of the mat, tuck the back toes, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, rise on up to standing, feet hip distance apart. Exhale, sink back to chair. Laser beams on the front of those kneecaps, drop them forward as you sink your hips down. Breathe in. Exhale, fingertips to the mat, left leg steps back. Back knee down, sweep it up, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Plank. Go through your flow. Sweep it up, sweep it back. 2 breaths. Let those sit bones spread apart. Let those glutes drop back. Inhale that left leg up. Bring the knee to the chest. Step between your hands, back knee down. 1 final time. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, fingertips to the mat. Curl the back toes. Step to the top of the mat. Nice. Inhale, rise on up to mountain. Exhale. And mountain pose. Relax your arms down by your side. So find your feet hip distance apart. Start to firm in through that low belly. And just look straight ahead. Notice how your shoulders stack over your hips, stack over your knees and ankles. And then slightly firm that low belly in as you draw the tailbone straight down to the ground. We're going to go into a couple of balances here, right? So start to bring all your weight into your left leg. Bring that right knee up. Open it out to the side and then find just as far as it'll go. And from there, you'll attach the foot. Keep your hips pointing forward and place your heel, your foot either below the knee or above the knee or right against the floor, right? And then choose what would feel good with your arms. Would you like to lift them up? Would you like to goalpost arms? Would you like to keep them at your hips? Just find something that brings you joy, right? What would feel good? And then recommit to that belly firm, tailbone dropping, firm standing leg. And then bring those arms down by your sides if they're up. Spin your palms forward. Bring that right knee up. And reach back to airplane. So palms face to the floor, heart lifts, strong standing leg. You can keep a little bend in that knee. Now stay strong through that extended leg. Firm belly, tailbone reaching towards that right heel. Lift the heart ever so much. And now how carefully can you step back to crescent lunge? Ooh. Interlace your fingers behind your head and crescent. So find that front knee is quite bent. And then bend the back knee a little bit. Feel how your pelvis kind of comes into more neutral. Draw that low belly in, tailbone down. Try to keep that neutral pelvis as you start to straighten that back leg. And then engage it, right? Hands behind the head, draw the elbows away from each other. Draw in with that low belly and start a gentle back bend. Like you're back bending all the way up the spine. Letting the head rest. Good, and then come back to neutral. Release the arms out to the side like a big giant T. Take a breath in. With those firm legs, invite some ease through the upper body with a twist to your left, right arm forward, left arm out. Hold it here for one more breath. Inhale, find some length. Exhale, engage that low belly. Invite maybe a little bit more twist. And then inhale, arms reach. Pivot and open, warrior two. Soften the shoulders. Align the feet. Good. Draw that low belly in and twist slightly towards the long edge of your mat with the torso. Slightly draw that left knee towards your left pinky toe. Draw it out. So it's that opposing action, right? Firm that outer edge of the right foot. Drawing that left knee open towards the left pinky toe. Fill this with breath. And now let's reverse this. Left palm lifts up, open up into your reverse warrior. Open, open, open. Inhale. Exhale, side angle. Forearm to the knee, to the thigh. Reach that top arm overhead. Now press down into that right foot. Spin your torso more towards the long edge of your mat. Tuck that left buttock under. Spin your heart. Spin it up, spin it up. 3. Draw that left knee towards the pinky toe. 2. Woo. And 1. Come back up to your warrior 2. Bring your hands on your hips and pivot that left foot in so that you're on the long edge of your mat now. So toes slightly in, heels slightly out, slightly pigeon-toed, hands on your hips, right? So draw in with your low belly, find length, push down into those feet, and start to hinge forward, forward, lift the heart, swing the hips back. And now release the arms. Push down into the feet, find your length, breathe in, and on your exhale now, fold down. Drop your head, drop your hands down to earth. Right underneath your shoulders. Push down into those feet, dropping your head any amount more. Spin your inner thighs back. Bring a little bit of weight more into the balls of your feet. All those little things can make a difference, creating more space. And then that draping of the spine, that decompressing, just letting go into this forward fold. Let it drop. Let the head drop completely. And now let's bend the knees. Walk your hands around towards the top of the mat, coming into your bending lunge again. Step back to plank. And let's go right to our side plank here. So heels to the left, left hand down, right arm lifts. Lift the hips. Maybe stack the feet. That takes engagement of the bottom leg, right? Maybe try to find tree with your legs here inside plank, right? Maybe look up. 3, 2, and 1. Pivot back to plank. Shift forward, hug your elbows in, knees or toes, chaturanga. Inhale, squeeze you up. Exhale. Woo, sweeps you back. Take a few breaths here. Push into that mat, send the hips back. Find that space through the spine and through the back of the leg. Lift up high on the toes, bend the knees, look to the top of your mat, take a breath in, and on your exhale, try to hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold it down. So let everything fall. Bend your knees enough that your torso is resting on your thighs, back here again. And now start to push down into your feet. Really let your spine totally relax. Start to draw in with your low belly, draw in, and slowly roll up. With vertebra by vertebra. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, maybe hands to your heart. Pour all the way into your right leg. Bring that left knee up. Let the knee open as far as it wants to. And then attach your foot. Below the knee, above the knee, not on the knee. Right? And then play with the arms, whatever you want to do here. Just find the pose that the first thing that comes to mind maybe. Now notice if you firm that right hip in and drop the left hip down, you'll stabilize a little more through the pelvis. And you might feel a little bit more grounded. Just find your drishti, look forward, a few breaths here. Can you fully breathe? We often kind of restrict our breath when we're in balancing and we don't even know it, right? And then if your arms are down by your sides, turn your palms forward, plug your shoulder blades down, lift that left knee up, and sweep it back, airplane, fly. Belly firm, heart lifting. Find a little cobra here, that little upward facing dog chest. Strong back leg, 3. Breathe, 2. And a gentle step back to your crescent pose. Sweep those arms up, interlace your fingers behind your head. Let your head rest. Maybe deepen, maybe back off. Draw that left inner thigh back. And now think about drawing the elbows away from each other. Open up through those armpits. Let your head rest. Start to engage that low belly and start to slowly allow yourself to find a gentle happen here. Feel the openness, or allow some openness through the heart space. Let your jaw relax, let your head rest. And come back up, open the arms out to the sides, big wide open T. Take a breath in. Exhale, draw that low belly in. Keep it twist to the right. Not to your fullest extent, just go to the point where you feel it a little. Stay strong in those legs, back leg engaged, take a breath in. Exhale, twist maybe a little more. Right arm back, left arm forward. Through the torso, think about the torso. Twisting, twisting, twisting. Good. Inhale, both arms back towards center, pivot and open. Warrior two. Soften the shoulders down. Reach the arms, but no like real effort, just like reaching in the space. Draw that right knee towards the right pinky toe. Spin your torso towards the long edge of your mat. And breathe. Breathe into this whole shape. But take up a lot of space. Push down with the feet. Draw that knee open. Draw the torso towards the long edge. Reach to the fingertips. Spin that right palm. Reverse your warrior. Open. And side angle. Forearm lightly touches the right thigh. And now invite that twist. Twist, twist, twist. Twisting the left arm. The left shoulder draws back, the right shoulder draws under. But it's more about the waist, right? The torso, twisting, twisting. Back up to your warrior two. Hands on your hips. Pivot that front foot in. And now come into like an external rotation. So your toes out, heels in. Yeah? Take your hands right on those hip creases. Bend the knees so you're right through the middle. And just kind of go side to side. See how those hips are doing. Keep doing that. Release the arms parallel to the floor. Draw the heart forward, maybe go a little deeper, a little deeper. We're just going in slow. And the next time you're over to the left side, hold it. Good, so bend deep into that left knee. Sink your hips down, right? And now reach your arms over towards the right foot. You're not gonna touch it, you're just reaching the arms to the right, and the hips are drawing to the left. Breathe into this. It's crazy. Good to kind of move the body in different ranges of motion than it always does, right? Get things unstuck. And slowly come back to center. Bend that right knee, swing the hips over towards the right heel. And then reach your arms way over towards the left leg. Maybe you can take your left hand onto your left ankle, but it's not about whether you can touch it. It's just about whether you can feel it. Just go to where it's enough for you. The word today is enough, by the way. Oh, and then come back to center. Pivot to the front edge of your mat. Step back to plank. Side plank on the right hand. Left arm lifts. Now firm that bottom leg so that left leg has lots of freedom, right? Maybe find a tree pose. Maybe not. Push the ground away. 3. Maybe look up. 2. And 1. Pivot back to your plank. Now you choose, you can meet back in down dog or child. And let's everybody take a child pose here. So come down onto your knees. Let your arms rest down by your sides. And then with your knees in pretty close, take one of your blocks. If your forehead isn't comfortably resting on the mat, put a block underneath your forehead so that you have that connection and that neck and jaw can completely release. So feeling that the belly resting on the thighs, invite some breath into your back ribs. Let your back just decompress. Just let it fold over your lap. Let your arms drift down, your shoulders relax. Let everything go. And let's start to slowly bring ourselves up. Yeah. So now hopefully you have your 2 blocks still, and now you're in kneeling position. Take your 2 blocks and just place them behind you. Your fingertips will dangle down the blocks. Push down into the blocks and lift your hips up. So open up through the chest. This is the stretch for the quadriceps, the front of the chest as well. Open up. Breathe. And then slowly bring it back down. Come all the way forward now onto your belly. All the way down into your belly. Heel of your hands underneath those armpits. Setting up for a few back bends here. So start with extending your big toes longer. Pressing down with the tops of your feet. Low baby toe. Draw that low belly in. Start to peel your heart up and in now. Draw the shoulder blades back. Keep drawing in with that low belly. Open up the heart space. Can you hover your hands just off the mat? And then release, turn your head to one side. Reach your arms down by your sides, palms facing in for Shalabhasana. So reach through those big toes, firm those inner thighs up. Breath in as you float up, draw your shoulder blades back. Maybe lift the legs here, spinning those inner thighs up. Spin them up. Reach through the big toes. Draw your heart forward and up. 3. Lessen the neck, the jaw, relax it. 2. We're not trying to stretch that out. It's all about the back and opening up the chest. And 1. And release it all the way down. Nice, and then start to push yourself back up onto your knees. And then come right up onto your knees for camel today. So we're still using those blocks. One more time. Set up the blocks on the high end, on the outside of your feet. Right? You can tuck your toes or untuck your toes, it doesn't matter, right? So we'll start. Keep those hips lined up over your knees. So imagine you're right up against a wall, right? So keep you can even take your hands right on the front of your pelvis. Keep that. And now bring your hands right to the top of your rib cage. And give yourself some traction to lift up. It's this lifting, lifting, lifting. Keep that lifting, 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 and then start to invite a little back bend. Right? The hips stay where they are. It's all in that spine, that upper spine. And then maybe release the hands, fingertips to those blocks. Let your head drop back if that feels good. You don't have to. So the heart is like ballooning, like you've got a helium balloon attached to that chest. Let it lift. And slowly, slowly, slowly start to come into all fours. Get rid of the blocks. So invite a few little cat and cows here after those. And walk your hands forward, a good hands width of distance. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, down dog. So send those sit bones up and back. We're going into one-legged pigeon next, right? So if pigeon, give it a try, and I'll give you the options if it doesn't feel right for your knees, right? So from down dog, just push the mat away, draw your hips back. Inhale that right leg up, push it up and back. Push it back, push it back. Draw the left heel down. Exhale. Slowly bring that knee and place it gently behind the right wrist. So don't worry about where the right foot goes, right? Just let it rest. Then see if you can walk back any amount. You wiggle that left leg back and release the left leg. And check if that right thigh is pretty parallel to the long edge of your mat. Now start with remembering that back bend, right? So let your pelvis first relax down. Draw in with your low belly and think about the camel we just did. Can you come into that expression of like letting your heart lift, coming into a gentle back bend? And now keep that as you slowly extend forward. Now, if this right knee is bugging you, let your right hip completely come on the ground. Or you can change this up to being on your back. Otherwise, come all the way down. Let your forehead rest on something. Let go. So this morning I was inspired by I'm doing this 40-day meditation with Tara Brach and Jack Kornfield, which I absolutely love. I think it's one of the best programs I've ever done. And today's was about not judging ourselves and how we don't even realize it. We're always judging ourselves with, I'm not doing enough, I'm not, whatever in our day, where we judge ourselves. And trying to notice that, and notice that we're geared towards like a negativity bias. We're programmed towards a negativity bias. So just recognizing when we are judging ourselves, that we should be doing more, that we're not good enough in whatever it is that we're trying to accomplish. Just recognizing that. And that most of the time we are doing enough. Just letting go into that release. I am enough. One more breath in and out. And start to bring yourself up onto those arms. And now start to move in any way that feels good, right? Maybe you come up into like a three-legged dog or a sunbird. Maybe you go through a vinyasa if you're craving another one. Maybe you pedal your dog out. And coming back in down dog. Lift that left leg up. Now I want you to imagine that you're going to stay in this three-legged dog, right? So that you're going to imagine you're going to stay here 3 minutes. So get big, 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 push the mat away. Reach that left heel back, draw the right heel down. And then bring the knee and gently place it behind your left wrist. Wiggle that right leg back until you feel like you can't move it any further back. And then maybe fingertips, maybe hands down on the mat. Let your pelvis settle down, so let gravity do its thing. And then lift up and back into a gentle back. And when you're ready, keep that back bend and slowly melt. You can come into a figure four on your back if the knees bother when you get away. And if you have a blockage, your hip, I forgot to say this on the other side, but if you have a blocker or blanket and your left hip is way off the ground, you could fold a blanket under there or put your block under there so that you can just completely let go. So let go of thinking, am I doing this right? Am I anything? Just let go of all the thoughts that may be coming to your mind, starting when we come into these still positions, our mind starts to wander. Just let all that go. What would happen if these next 4 or 5 breaths that we hear, we just said the mantra to ourselves, I am. This is enough, I am. And a longer breath out, releasing any amount more. Ready, start to lengthen those arms. Start to move in any way. You can even stay on your knees and bring them out to the side and do some like circles, whatever it is that. So listen to your body. What would it like to do? And then we meet in downward facing dog. Lift those hips up and back one final time. Now, if you have this in your practice, I'm still working on it, you can hop to sit, right? So you bend your knees a little bit, you send those hips up and back, take a breath in, and hop forward, and come, and it's the boat. Open those arms, release those legs, plug the thighs into the hips, 3, 2, and 1, have a seat. Bring your feet towards the top of the mat, and anything you need, greater Shavasana, where we'll end up soon, right? So bring those legs out long to the top of your mat. Inhale your arms up by your ears. Draw that low belly in, keep them up by your ears. Reach those fingertips, draw that low belly in, 5, rolling down, 4, curling through that spine, 3, 2, and let go. Surrender. Surrender to the mat. Start to bring your right hand into your chest. Really squeeze it in. With that left thigh together, flex the left knee. And take this into a twist. Take your right arm out to the side, open the right palm, and slowly take your knee across your body. Let go of the hips, let go of the right arm. Let the right shoulder drip down towards the mat. If it's touching your arm, if it isn't, fine, just let it release. other side. So squeeze the left knee in, step your right thigh. Right foot flexing, like you're standing on that right leg. Just for this part. And now take your left arm out to the side, palm open, relax the right leg. Take your knee across the body slowly, pausing at any point along the way if you feel like you would benefit from that. Let your eyes close, let your jaw relax, let your left shoulder blade droop down. Release through your hips. Slowly make your way down here. Put both knees into your chest, rock a little bit side to side. And then your choice, like yogi's choice, right? So you can either do a happy baby, or you can do legs up the wall, or maybe a bridge pose. Or just get ready for Shavasana. Start to bring a restful position. If your back is bugging you at all, you could bend your knees, feet on the floor. You might, if you go to that, bring your feet a little bit wider apart and just let your knees rock in towards each other. Make any little adjustments to completely surrender to your shape, your final shape of Shavasana. Bring your attention to your breath and to your body. Notice if there's anywhere that you can soften. And once you've softened in and let go physically, just let your awareness be on the rhythm of your breath and maybe where you feel the breath move as it moves in and out of your body. Maybe your chest, maybe your nostrils, maybe your belly. Where do you feel it most prominently? Just 5 or 6 more breaths. If your mind wanders, which it does, just notice planning that was remembering. And come back to your anchor, your breath. If you need to move on with your day, you can just ignore me if you can stay. But if you need to move on, start to move your body. Just organically, just move in whatever way would feel good. And begin to, if you're on your back, begin to bring your knees into your chest. Gently side. And using the top arm, push yourself up to your seat. And once you get there, let's exhale those arms up, reach them up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. And thank you all very much for joining me today. I don't know how I thought to go to Country Boy song next, but
That song.